AskReddit by Herculean. What ruined your Thanksgiving this year? Woke up to $700 in fraudulent charges to my account and couldn't call the bank. On top of being stuck at home, I had something to stress me out even though I know it's easily taken care of. Truly fraudulent charges are thankfully quick to remedy. The bank will give you a temporary credit while they investigate. We just falsely got charged $2,010 for a $10 burger. It took them over 2 weeks to finally fix that one. Because well, it's not fraudulent. You said you did eat at this burger place, although the bank teller acknowledged that would have to be one heck of a burger. My kidneys are in stage 4 failure, starting dialysis, and I'm terrified. Huge hugs. My husband is a dialysis tech and patient educator, and I am also pretty well versed in CKD and nephrology. Feel free to reach out via PM if you have any questions your patient educator doesn't answer in a way that works for you. Patient education is his passion, and I know he would be more than happy to help. My grandma passing on Tuesday. Thanksgiving was always a wonderful memory with her. I'm sorry for your loss. Also, who TF in their right mind gave you that award? My husband and I were in a pretty bad car accident Monday afternoon. He ended up with a bad concussion and staples in the side of his head. I have a total of 13 stitches in my right hand wrist. Not to mention all the bruising, whiplash, and everything else that comes with being rear-ended while at a dead stop by someone most likely doing 45 plus. We're lucky to be alive. We were the first car hit and somehow got pushed into the median, while the car that hit us kept going and ended up hitting the car that was in front of us. There ended up being 5 cars involved in the whole ordeal. We were supposed to go to my in-laws today, but his concussion has made it difficult for him to eat or even sit in a lit room, so we ended up staying home. It sucks, but I'm thankful to be alive, and there's always next year. Edit. Just wanted to say thank you for all the well wishes, advice, and awards. Didn't expect my little story to get so much attention. We are definitely on top of this situation. Stay on top of this and don't give the insurance companies an out. Also wear those damn collars if you have to. This happened to me 30 years ago and I'm still paying the price. Couldn't sue the bastard because it was a no fault state. Tooth infection that spread. Went to dentist yesterday to get antibiotics and it ballooned across my face overnight. So here I am, sitting in ER Tridge with a 101.3 fever and a face that hurts like hell. I had a tooth infection that took my front tooth this year. The loss of the tooth and subsequent surgeries ruined my Thanksgiving. It stemmed from an accident as a kid. I'm so sorry you're going through this, and I can level. I'm sending you love, sweet person. I'm sorry you have to endure this too. I asked for the address and never got a response. Responds 4 hours later. Okay, well we already ate and everyone left, so just stay home and eat there. Go on and see the family pics. Thanks dad. That's nice. Wow, that's fucking heartless. I'm so sorry. Finding out my grandma died from an Instagram post. Nobody in my family bothered to call me to let me know she was even sick. Had the same thing happen to me when my dad died. I lucked out and one of his friends got everyone to delete their RIP posts until she got in touch with the family. The internet can really fucking suck. Girlfriend broke with me last night, so I've been spending the entire Thanksgiving trying to act like it doesn't bother me. Listened to a radio show yesterday, and, apparently, the turkey drop is a thing. Lots of people get broken up with around this time. That is my awkward way of days it. I'm sorry your holiday sucks. Hope things get better soon. My 12-year-old lab, who I've had since he was a puppy, died this morning from cancer. He was my favorite dog I've ever had and my 5-year-old son's best friend. We are going to be hurting for a while. Here's https://imgur.com/a/9n4fppe close bracket a picture of my dog and son from a few years ago. We thought Thanksgiving was ruined, but it turns out It will just be different than we wanted. My grandpa was diagnosed with terminal cancer last summer. We knew this would likely be his last Thanksgiving with us. A few days ago he had a stroke and we didn't think he'd be able to join us for Thanksgiving dinner since he's still in the hospital. Luckily enough, he's being discharged in an hour and will be able to have dinner with us. Eater, thank you for all of the encouraging words and empathy. My grandpa is an amazing man who set a really good example for who I want to be and who I want to surround myself with. Hope you can enjoy some quality time with him. Went to go pick up grandma from her dementia care home today. As soon as I pulled in she called and said she wasn't feeling well. I ended up sitting with her for an hour catching up. When it got dark and I had to go she begged me to stay and gave me some food. I wanted to cry. She was asking me all these things about my life I couldn't give her the answers to. I miss when she was a part of my life and not away spending her last days isolated. Dementia sucks bad. It's horrible to have to go through. Dementia is the worst. It's like you lose your loved one, but they're right there. 2 weeks ago, my dad and grandma died 2 days apart from their respective cancers. Also, today I have a 103-degree fever, so I can't even be around my family. Edit, thank you all so much. Sorry for your loss. Big dinner. Turkey. Stuffing. Mashed potatoes. Cornbread. The whole 9 yards. A colleague's daughter says she has a stomachache and doesn't feel well. Gut feeling is making me suspicious. We sit down. She gets up and proceeds to vomit all over the floor. Thankfully she missed the table. Just all on the floor. Poor kid had a stomach virus she didn't know about. She didn't eat much after that. We spent 10 minutes cleaning it up. Sadly nobody wanted to have the stuffed after that. I was sad cause it was amazing. I threw up at my uncle's for Easter a couple years ago. My dad still acts like I ate too much candy, which definitely didn't help, even though my brother threw up a few days before and my mom threw up a few days later. He didn't throw up cause he got gut surgery. Not having my mom around to celebrate. I'm so sorry for your loss. This is my 2nd year without my dad and it still hurts. Sending you strength. My mother-in-law died about 10 minutes before I put the turkey in the oven. A severe ulcerative colitis flare that landed me in the hospital 2 days ago. I'm still here, and tonight's Thanksgiving feast. 1 gallon of colonoscopy prep. Edit, thanks for all the good wishes. You're all keeping me company while I sit on the toilet for the next several hours. Depending on your insurance and your particular situation you could look into a biological option. I've had moderate to severe ulcerative colitis since I was about 13 years old. From 13 until about 22 I was taking pills that helped manage flare-ups but suddenly nothing worked and I was on prednisone for a year looking into surgical options. I switched to a biologic drug called Entyvio which is only a 30-minute infusion every 8 weeks and it's like I don't even have ulcerative colitis anymore. I'm 33 and haven't had a flare-up in years. I could eat bacon-covered bacon with bacon sandwiches and have no colon-related issues from it. Anyway, you're not alone and I've been in your position for what it is worth. Things will get better but I wish you the best in the meantime. Being alone. Boyfriend is working. This is the first year I won't get a phone call from my big brother as he took his own life in June. Holidays and birthdays have been tough this year. At least I have the dogs to help snug away the sad. I also lost my brother in June to suicide. I feel you. My stepfather is fighting pancreatic cancer and my mother is beyond exhausted and stressed. Ordered pre-made dinners but this is not a day to celebrate. I'm so sorry, it is really rough. Hopefully the treatment pulls through for yours. I lost one of my few close family members to that, because the only option given was chemo, and they saw how miserable it made more than one of their relatives and opted out. My dog suddenly had a stroke last night, after spending 1 hour finding an emergency vet that was open and another hour speeding there. My dog passed away at 1:50 AM right as we were about to carry her to the exam room. She was perfectly fine just 6 hours before. I'm so sorry. Stepped off the damn high curb at my uncle's house and twisted my ankle real bad. Stupid clumsy old people shit I roll. My 4-yo being hospitalized with RSV, the flu and pneumonia. Been here since Tuesday with no sign of leaving. Whole pediatric ward is full. These poor babies. As a pediatric healthcare worker, it's insane how many kids are coming in with RSV. There's 500 plus beds in my hospital with a lot being RSV positive. On my floor at least 80% are kids who are positive for RSV. It's been like that for weeks. Wishing a speedy recovery. My wife needed emergency surgery today or she would have died. Thankful she is still alive. 4 great nurses and skilled surgeons. I'm glad she's still with us. Hug her tight. My sister, whose house it was at, had an edible before the food was even ready and then retreated to her room due to being too high and started hinting for people to leave. She's going to be sad when she emerges and she doesn't have any leftovers to munchie. My relative's dog ate the surface of our pumpkin pie and an entire package of bread rolls. Dear diary. This was the best Thanksgiving ever. Your relative's dog. Influenza Ray. We are better now and fever free and decided to postpone Thanksgiving to Saturday. Everyone agreed, which is nice. Mom decided to have a heart attack last week and passed away, leaving me to cook by myself. Humor helps a bit. As a member of the Dead Moms Club, I completely understand the dark humor and how helpful it is. I'm sorry this is still fresh for you. My husband lost his job on Tuesday morning. Needless to say, we're not in the mood to celebrate. Edit. I genuinely appreciate all the well wishes from everyone. It actually helped me feel better. The kindness of strangers is nice to see and helps keep my hope in humanity alive. We are not completely ungrateful or hopeless, but stunned and feeling turned inside out for sure. I know it'll pass and we'll be okay eventually. A lot of folks have it way worse. I never forget that and my heart goes out to them. I love how companies fire people at the holidays. A bunch of people who wouldn't get out of my damn kitchen. Because I'm a guy, all the old women think I can't do anything. Well, Mimo, we still got 3 pounds of your dry ass potatoes but nothing I made has leftovers. Did she make the ass potatoes herself or store bought? Pedo family member showing up when they weren't invited. My sister's family has a bill who is convicted pedo, got put in prison. I won't go. Sister always had Thanksgiving. She has grandchildren. Bill raped his 2-yo stepdaughter. Never will step foot in any place they gather ever again. My dad died almost 3 weeks ago. First holiday without him. Halfway through eating my first plate it started to feel like someone punched me in the gut. Damn you apple cider, damn you. Apple cider is fucking amazing. But even a single glass will clean you out like you're getting ready for a colonoscopy. Slicing my hand open whilst trying to open the damn cranberry sauce. Damn, I'd still be eating that bloody cranberry sauce. I announced I'm pregnant and the first thing my aunt said was, "No wonder you look so fat." That's when you reply, "So then what's your excuse?" My dad went into cardiac arrest Saturday night. He's awake now but there is very likely a ton of damage to vital organs and brain function as he was without a pulse for a long time. Thankful he is still here with a hope that he recovers enough to still somewhat enjoy the rest of his life. My drunk husband picked a fight with his sister. Then refused to eat the dinner I spent 3 hours making. Then had the audacity to want me to feel sorry for him when he refused a reheated plate because it wasn't the same. He has also stated we are not celebrating any more holidays, and if I try to, he is moving out. He won't. All I want for Christmas is a divorce and not to be emotionally abused anymore. Damn. I hear Christmas is the time to make dreams come true. Make your wish come true. My husband and I got into an argument and he's been ignoring me since then. Says he wishes he wasn't spending it with me. My neighbor is unable to come to dinner with us because he's recovering from COVID. I hate he's spending it alone. He's been spending holidays with us for years. We packed up a few plates for him and brought them over, so we got to visit on the porch for a minute, but it's not the same. Even my mom says it's not the same without him. That's adorable. I wish I had neighbors like you guys. Kid brought home hand, foot, mouth from daycare. Infected everyone. We were going to host this year, but we had to call it off. I got it somehow 5 years ago. I was 34. Don't work with kids or ever see kids. Worst sore throat I've ever had in my life. Wishing you and family a speedy recovery. I need a break from people asking me for favors. Just a break. I still want to help people. I just need some time off so my mind can heal. If it keeps up, I might just move away from family. TMJ. Hurts to chew too much. First child is in the NICU. We heard the cafe would be serving turkey, but it was closed, so we had a bagel instead. Honestly though, it didn't ruin it at all. He's likely coming home tomorrow, and bagels aren't bad. We got to hold him, and this might actually be my favorite Thanksgiving. Congratulations. I'm sending the most positive thoughts. The bagel on Thanksgiving thing has the makings of a great piece of family lore in years ahead. Being sick. Not all that bad since I get to chill and watch football, but it sucks to miss out on being around family and gorging on food. My first Thanksgiving without my family because I'm working at my vet clinic. I'm a tech. This weekend. Watched a dog pass away in a brutal fashion this morning. She was suffering and continued to until her last breath. Fellow tech. Thank you for everything you have done today. The dog was not alone and had a very compassionate person caring for them until the end. Went to my boyfriend's family Thanksgiving for the first time this year. On the way out, I slipped off the first stair into some mud. Definitely one of the more embarrassing things I've done. My first Thanksgiving with my ex-husband's family ended with me falling down the stairs while wearing a skirt. I broke my tailbone. I had to put my cat to sleep. We knew it was coming with her diagnosis of kidney failure, but she took a big turn for the worse and we put her down yesterday. Our hearts are broken. And we just hosted Thanksgiving dinner. I am so glad the day is over. We're hosting and my wife has been cooking since yesterday. This morning my sister-in-law called and said our niece, her daughter, is sick and they won't be coming. Then later that day she decided that her daughter is only a little bit sick, so maybe they were going to come after all. We told her that being a little bit sick is not a thing. You're either contagious or you're not, and she then accused us of not wanting to spend time with her and my wife got into a shouting match over the phone. Now about a half hour ago we found out that my father-in-law isn't coming, partly because he's getting over some long COVID issues and partly because his girlfriend didn't come over to his place last night and he's pissed at her. So now the only people eating with us are my wife's other sister and her boyfriend, who had a Thanksgiving earlier today that apparently didn't go. Turkey pot pie and turkey soup are both great uses for leftovers, and from the sound of it you can probably work through the drinks alright on your own. It wasn't ruined, but it was very boring. It was a dinner at my wife's cousin's along with a couple of other distant relatives, all people over 65. I ended up eating too much and had fun playing with the dog. Also, I was the only one who got stoned before going. I'm 75. Last sentence threw me. I was picturing someone in their 30s or 40s being bored hanging out with the people over 65 and instead playing with the dog. A cold. Spending the day home alone so I don't infect my family. COVID. I'm so bored. I found out the guy who sexually assaulted me gave me herpes too. I am so sorry to hear that. You should know it isn't as bad as you fear. The drugs to control it are cheap and available, and it is so manageable. And you'll be surprised by how many people you know have it, or will get it. This happened to me in my 20s, now in my 40s, and I know how you are feeling right now. It does get better. You will find people to trust in the future, sexually, emotionally, etc. Talking with a therapist is helpful and does wonders. Sending hugs and positive thoughts. I hope every one of you has a better day.